Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am so delighted to welcome you once again to my channel. In this video, I am going to be showing you a powerful secret strategy that made so much money for me in the forex market. For some of you that have been following my videos, I have been teaching you strategies on how to trade the forex market, and I've also been giving you some advice on what to do when trading the forex market. And if you have been backtesting my strategies, kudos. Please make sure you backtest all my strategies and implement them in the real market if they are working for you. So this video is just to tell you that something big happened today. I must be sincere to you guys. Something big happened today and I'm so excited. I am so happy to share this revelation with you guys. Something big, something marvelous, something great happened to me today. Honestly, I must tell you, I am so excited. I'm so happy today because something great happened to me today. And if you followed me very well yesterday when I was making the video on moving average crossover, I said so many things about the moving average crossover, and I told you that this is one of the powerful strategies that I've been using to trade the forex market from day one. And guess what? This strategy made me a whopping sum of $20,000 in one single day. I made over 500 pips in one single day with this strategy. I used this strategy to trade gold and I made an insane income today. Imagine risking only 50 pips to gain over 500 pips in one single day. This is marvelous. Honestly speaking, this is marvelous. And if you followed my strategy and you implemented it in your trade, most especially gold, I believe you will be smiling with me today. My name is Austin Ikeru. You are all welcome to my channel, Ostino FS. I am a professional forex trader who has been in the game for over 8 years, and I trade mostly gold. Gold has been my most preferable pair. That is why I prefer to trade gold. Why? Because of the volatility of gold. Gold always moves in a trend, and when gold wants to trend, the trend is massive. That is why I'm risking as huge as 50 pips in all my trades, but I have a target of 1 to 2 risk reward, right? But sometimes when I look at the market and see that this market has potential of going higher, I have to hold my trade. Like what happened today, I decided to implement the same strategy that I taught you yesterday about the moving average crossover, and I told you that you should backtest this strategy in your demo account, and after that you can make use of it in your real trading account. Let's assume that you followed my advice, backtested the strategy yesterday and implemented it today. Man, you will be smiling today because gold moved so massively today. So when I wake up in the morning, I saw the market and I decided to implement my strategy. And guess what? It works for me. I placed just 2 trades in the morning. I cashed one and I held the remaining one until I was able to close it with over 500 pips. So what I'll do is I will head straight to the chart, the live chart, and I'll show you how I implemented this trade and the strategy that I used, which I know you must have watched about it. This was the previous video I did yesterday, and I told you this strategy has over 95% win rate, and this strategy works very well during a trending market. I was talking about this particular strategy yesterday, and I told you how you can use the moving average crossover to make so much money in the forex market. And guess what? I implemented this same strategy that I taught you yesterday in today's trading, and I made so much money. I invested only $2,000 and I made a whopping sum of $20,000 in this trade. I risked only 50 pips and I made over 500 pips in this trading setup. So yesterday I taught you about the moving average crossover, and I taught you how you can use the 5 and 20 exponential moving average crossover to make so much money in the market. So I told you to go and backtest this strategy in your demo account, and after which you can implement it in your live account. And I guess some of you did that. If you do that, good luck to you, because for me, I implemented the same exact strategy that I taught yesterday, and I made so much money in the forex market. Ladies and gentlemen, you're once again welcome to my channel. My name is Austin Ikeru, and you all are welcome to my channel, Ostino FS. I am a professional forex trader, and I trade mostly gold, SAUUSD. The reason why I love gold so much is because of the volatility of this trading pair. Gold can move over 600 pips in a day, and I tell you, if you are able to catch this type of move, imagine the type of excitement that will fill your heart. So today I am so excited. I'm so happy that today I made one of the best profit so far. I made over 500 pips, risking only 50 pips. So let me head straight to the chart and I will show you how I implement this strategy. Like I said, I always make use of the trading view chart, right? But I use the MT4 to place my trades. So whenever I want to analyze the market, I go straight to the trading view. I look at the market structure, analyze the market, and when I've gotten my setup and I'm about to place my trade, I can then bring out my mobile phone and use the MT4 to place my live account. So in this trading setup, I used 4 standard lot size and I risked just 50 pips. That is over $2,000. That was what I risked in this trade, right? But guess what? This trade made me $20,000. That is 500 pips. So let's head straight to the chart so that I can show you how I implemented this strategy in the forex market this morning. So when I woke up in the morning, I saw that the market was trending down, right? Yesterday throughout, the market was in a downtrend yesterday, because when I saw the market, I discovered formally the market was clearly in an uptrend. When I woke up in the morning, yesterday morning, the market was clearly in an uptrend. And the best thing to do when the market is in an uptrend is for you to wait for a pullback, right? So let's assume that I woke up as early as 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. in the morning, and I look at the market structure. I saw that the price was still above the 20 EMA, and I knew that the market was still in an uptrend. So I waited for the price to make a pullback, right, before I could place my trade. So the price made a pullback somewhere here, right? This is where the price made a pullback. The price made a pullback here. So I wait for this candlestick to close and I place my buy trade, right? So if you check the place I place my trade, I place my trade somewhere here. This is where I place my trade. So I waited for this red candlestick to close, and once it closed, I then placed my trade at the close of this red candlestick, right? I placed my buy trade and then put my stop loss somewhere below the moving average. That is, I measured 50 pips and placed my stop loss, right? If you watch, you see that this is where I placed my trade, and the price was at 1876.82, and then I extended my stop loss to 1871. Right, this is where I extended my stop loss, 1871, somewhere here. Right, this is where I extended my stop loss. And then the way I normally trade is that I normally place two trade. I'll place one in the same level with the stop loss. Like for instance, if I risk 50 pips for my stop loss, then my first trade, my first take profit is also going to be 50 pips, right? Why my second trade I will have to hold it. So I normally use my second trade as I call it a trade that I use to sacrifice to the forex brokers. That is what I normally call it, right? Because first I use the 50 pips to calculate my stop loss, and I use it for my first take profit, and after that my second take profit is I'm going to hold it, right, until there's another crossover. So right now, for the fact that I place my trade here, right, and then I extended my stop loss at 71, which is 50 pips stop loss, and I placed two trades, right? Then I targeted 50 pips for my first take profit, and then the second one was to hold, right? Once I gain my first take profit, I will have to break even, so that if the price goes back against me, it will just hit my break even, and I will close the trade without a lose, right? So what I will do is that when I place my buy trade here, right, and then my stop loss somewhere below here, yes, 50 pips, and then the market went up because I placed my trade at 76, and when you count it, 50 pips of 76 should be 81. That is the 50 pips, right? So what happened? The price got here. This is clearly 82. So it was at this point that the price hit my first take profit, which is the 50 pips, right? So when the price hit my take profit, which is the 50 pips, I had to break even. So how do I break even? I took my stop loss to break even. That is, I took my stop loss and placed it to my entry, right? So my stop loss now became my entry, so that if in case the price goes against me, it will hit my break even, and I will not lose any money, right? I will just break even. So for the fact that I placed my buy trade here and targeted 50 pips and hold with a stop loss of 50 pips, right? So the price went to my direction, right? At 6:45 a.m. the price hit my first take profit, right? So when the price hit my first take profit, what I did was I now brought my stop loss to break even. So this is where I placed my stop loss, which is break even. So my stop loss came into break even, which is here, right? So that if the price goes against me, it will just hit my break even. So what happened is the price now made a pullback after it hit my first take profit, made a pullback and tested the 20 moving average again, and then went up again. But this time around, it went past the previous high, which is this, and got to this high, which is over 90 pips, I guess, because I entered at 76, right? So if you calculate it from 76 to 84, should be over 80 pips, right? So the price got to 80 pips and then reverse, right? So what I did was I still hold on to my trade because I have to respect my rules. So the price now reversed, and this long candlestick now hit my break even. So this is it. This was the candlestick that triggered my break even, right? So I didn't lose any money in this trade. So when I saw this large momentum candlestick, this large red momentum candlestick, I knew that the trend have changed direction, that the trend is no longer in an uptrend, rather it have changed into a downtrend, right? So what I did was I waited for it to make a pullback after the close of this red candlestick. So it made a little pullback but didn't go higher. So I had to place my trade at the close of this little pullback, this small green. I place my sell trade at the close of this small pullback, and then I calculated another 50 pips for my stop loss. And then, as usual, I targeted another 50 pips take profit, and the next one was to hold. So what happened was, I placed my sell trade here at 1879, and the 50 pips which I targeted should be around 1887 or thereabout, right? So if you calculate it, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, so it should be 84, right? Which is somewhere here. This is where I placed my stop loss, right? And then I targeted 50 pips as my first take profit. So I entered my trade here at 1879. So the 50 pips should be 1874. I think that should be the 50 pips. So this is it. This is 1874. So this is where I got my first take profit. So when I got my first take profit here, as usual, I had to break even. I took my stop loss and place it at my entry, which is 1879, right? Which is 1879. So that in case if the price goes against me, it will hit my break even and I will not lose any money. But I've taken my first take profit. So I had to hold the second take profit, right? So what happened? The second take profit was still holding, and the price was going down till it got to this. I think this was the lowest that the price got to. So when my take profit was triggered at 1874, I had to take my stop loss from 1884 to 1879. That is to where I entered my trade, which is called break even. So that in case if the price goes against me, it will hit my break even. So what happened was, the price now continued going down till it got to 1866. So this is where the price now get to and started making range, right? It started to make range, and I had to hold on to my trade, because my rule is that I will only take my profit when the price crossed over the moving average again. So I watched the price again, and the price now crossed over this moving average, right? So the price crossed over the moving average in the midnight, right before the market closed, because normally as a day trader I always close my trade before the market close in a day. That is how I trade. If I open my trade in the morning as early as 4 a.m. in the morning, I make sure that I close my trade before the market close for the day, maybe around 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. I close my trade before the market close. So what I did was, when the time was getting to the time that the market normally close, which is somewhere around here, so I had to close my trade. So I couldn't wait for the crossover to happen. I had to close my trade, because I placed my trade at 1879, and I took my first take profit at 1874, which is 50 pips, right? And I had to hold my second trade until another crossover occur. But eventually there was no crossover till midnight. So this was the time for me to take my trade, because I don't normally allow my trade to cross the next day, because I'm a full-time day trader. So what I did was, I had to close my trade around this 21:45. This was the period that I had to close my trade, somewhere around here. And if you make the calculation, I opened my trade at 1879 and I closed my trade at 1868, right? That is over 110 pips. That was what I made yesterday, 110 pips, right? But what I raised was just 50 pips. My first take profit was 50 pips, and my second take profit was 110 pips, right? Then I now went to sleep, because at that time the market had closed, right? The market closed at 23:30. That was when the market closed. So I had to go and sleep, and then waited till early morning around 3 a.m. I woke up again. So when I woke up very early in the morning, I saw that the moving average has already crossed over. That is, the 5 exponential moving average has already crossed over the 20 exponential moving average, which means that the price have changed direction. The market have changed direction from downtrend to uptrend. So I didn't waste time, because if you watch, you see that the price was still very close to the 20 EMA, and you know that when the price is very close to the 20 EMA, it means that price is right. So I knew that this was the right time for me to place my buy trade. So what I did was I immediately waited for the price to make a pullback to the 20 EMA. I think this is around the place that I placed at 3 o'clock AM, somewhere here. I think, yes, this is where I placed my trade. This is where I placed my, after the close of this red candlestick, I placed my buy trade at the close of this red candlestick early in the morning. This was where I placed my buy trade, right? And then this was 1872, right? 1872. That was where I placed my buy trade, and then I placed my stop loss 50 pips. That is 1867. I placed my stop loss somewhere around here, 1867. That is where I placed my stop loss, which is 50 pips. Then I targeted my first take profit, because I placed my trade at 1872. I targeted my first take profit at 1879. So this was my first take profit, 1879. So when the price got to 1879, it triggered my first take profit. So what I did was I had to break even. I took my stop loss to my entry, which is 1872, so that in case if the price reverse against me, it will hit my break even, and I will not have to lose money. So when I placed my stop loss at the break even, I now had to hold my trade with confidence, knowing fully well that if the price reversed, it will not hit me, because I've already made my first take profit and I'm now at break even. So if the price goes against me, it will just hit my break even and I'm not losing any money. So I had to hold this trade with confidence, knowing fully well that the market will go in my direction. So I hold my trade from 1872, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Just watch. Look at the movement. Look at the movement. Look at the movement. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Man, this is what we call knowledge. So when I place my trade at 1872, right? I placed my stop loss somewhere around 1867, which is 50 pips. Then I targeted first take profit at 1879, somewhere here. This was my first take profit, somewhere here, right? So when the price triggered my first take profit, I had to break even. So I took my stop loss from 1867 and then place it to break even, which is 1872. So if the price goes against me, it will hit me my break even and I will not lose any money. So I had to hold my trade since early in the morning. What I was doing is that every 15 minutes I will go and check the trade to know what is happening. Every 15 minutes I will go to the chart to know what is happening. But this was the one trade I continued holding since morning until this very midnight. This was the period that I closed my trade. So as I'm recording this video is the period that I closed my trade, in the midnight, right before the market closed. I had to close my trade before the market closed. So the market closed at 10 o'clock p.m. and I have already taken my trade before the market closed. So I took my trade somewhere around here, around 1928, somewhere around here, 1928. That is where I took my profit. That's why I closed my trade, because the market is about to close. Normally I hold my trade from morning till midnight until the market is about to close. That is when I will have to close my trade. If not, I'll be waiting for a crossover. But if there is no crossover, I close my trade in the midnight, because I don't allow my trade open till the next day. I make sure that I close my trade the day that I open my trade. That has been my rule, because I'm a full-time day trader. So I had to close my trade somewhere around here at 1928. That is where I had to close my trade. Now imagine the profit. So now let's make the calculation. Let's know how many pips it is. I open my trade at 1872, somewhere here. This is where I open my trade, 1872. So let's calculate it. This is 1872 is where I open my trade, right? 1882 is 100 pips. 1892 is 200 pips. 1902 is 300 pips. 1912 is 400 pips. 1922 is 500 pips. Then let's calculate it. I closed my trade at 19.28, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That is 560 pips, because this is 19.22, which is 500 pips. Then we have 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That is 60 pips, which is total of 560 pips. So this is where I closed my trade at 19.28, making about 560 pips plus my first take profit, and my second take profit was 560 pips, and I made over $20,000. I risked only $2,000 and made over $20,000. So this is the power of trend following. Like I told you, if you master this crossover, this moving average crossover, you are going to make so much money in the forex market. If you watch, you see that the price is not ready to crossover, which means the uptrend is still in progress. Because if you watch, the price made another little pullback here, right? It didn't even come close to the 20 EMA, and look at this big long green momentum candlestick. This tells you that the uptrend is still in progress. So what I'm going to do is, I've taken my profit. I will now go to bed, lie down and sleep, enjoy my sleep. Then when I wake up in the morning, very early in the morning, I will wait for a pullback, right? For the price to make a pullback to this 20 EMA for me to continue with my uptrend until I can confirm that the trend have changed direction, until there's another crossover from up to down, until the 5 EMA crosses below the 20 EMA. Then I will know that the trend has finally changed back to downtrend. But for now, the market is still clearly in an uptrend, and I will hold on to my uptrend when I wake up tomorrow. But my rules is that I will always close my trade before the day closes, right? That has been my rule. If not, I will say, okay, let me hold on to this trade until there's a crossover. But I have a rule that says I must close my trade before the day closes. That makes me a day trader. So that is why I had to close my trade at 19.28. So tomorrow morning, I watch the price action again. If the price is still above the 20 EMA, I'll wait for a pullback to the 20 EMA, and I'll still place my buy trade. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how I make money in the forex market trading gold. Like I said, gold is my best pair, and that is the pair that I've been trading from day one. So my advice to you guys is, make sure that you pick your favorite pair. It might be Euro USD, it might be GBP USD or JPY USD, anyone at all. Please pick the pair that you love so much and focus on it. Try and understand everything about that pair and focus on that pair, right? Because that particular pair will make you so much money. Don't be jack of all trade, master of none. Don't just say you want to trade all the whole pairs. You are trading Euro USD, you are trading GBP USD, you are trading in fact, you are trading almost all the pairs. Man, you become confused. Pick one pair and focus. Like I said, I trade gold, SAU USD, and this has been my best pair from day one. And since I started trading forex, gold has been the only pair that I've been trading since day one. That is why I understand every movement about gold. I look at the fundamentals and I also look at the technical, right? So I am a full-time day trader. I trade using the 15-minute time frame. I use the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame to identify potential support and resistance level. Then I use the 15-minute time frame for all my trades. For example, this strategy that I shared with you guys yesterday and the same strategy that I used today, it was 15 minutes time frame that I use. So whenever I'm trading the crossover, the moving average crossover, I always use the 15-minute time frame alongside with the 5 and 20 EMA, and I wait for crossover. So that is how I make money trading the forex market. So I believe you have learned one or two from this video. If you love this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more educative content like this, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification icon to be the first to be notified whenever I upload new content. I will see you again in my next update. Bye.